All right, we'll be reviewing season 9, episode 2 of The Married to Medicine. All right, we open up with Quad getting her nephew Mason ready to school, getting her nephew ready. She's kind of just giving us a preview as to how life has changed over the course of. Well, actually, we don't know how long her nephew, and his mom, and her mom has been staying there, but we can kind of get a preview of her life has changed. She's kind of just expressing that she used to, just as a single person, not married, no kids, was just able to live the life of not having to go anywhere. I mean, being able to go wherever she wanted to go when she wanted to go there without hesitation or a second thought, and how that's changed, but it's a welcome change. And I think, particularly at Quad's age, and I don't know Quad personally, but I would like to think that she's probably at the place in her life where she's kind of seen it all, done it all as far as the going scene is. And I think that this will provide a certain level of, it will usher in a certain level of maturity. And obviously she welcomes that. So they're, getting ready to head out to school, and her nephew lets because he hates the school buses. The kids are screaming and yelling like maniacs, and he tells them to be quiet, but they just keep on yelling. And uh, I can definitely see him being just like a bit of an old soul. I can see him saying, "Y'all stop yelling," But at that age, kids, they're just excited to be out. But it's good to see Quad kind of change and take on some responsibility outside of herself. All right, so moving along, we get to see Mila getting her kids ready for school with the help of her nanny, and of a help slash versus being someone who solely takes care of her kids. Because as I see, Anila's kind of getting them up, getting them ready, telling, brush teeth, wash their face kind of thing. And the nanny seems to be more of like a probably takes them to school, or at least she did this particular morning. So I'm not sure how. I know we'll see. I'm getting ahead of myself, but we'll see some changes coming up. So then we move on to Dr. Jackie doing what Dr. Jackie does best, which is being in her office. She's charting, and Heavenly shows up after hours to, I guess, just get some information about what's going on with her physiologically. Heavenly lets Dr. Jackie know that she hasn't been desiring sex, like her libido's down. She isn't getting as wet wet at all as she used to, and Dr. Jackie lets her know that you're probably, approaching menopause. And I don't know exactly how old Dr. Jackie is. I mean, Dr. Heavenly is, but that seems to be on par because she's no spring chicken. So, but she kind of just lets her know I could be pregnant right now. It might not be menopause, but Dr. Jackie takes her blood work and is gonna send it off and all that stuff. So I don't know if we'll see as the season progresses that she is indeed in menopause, or maybe she's going through something. But Heavenly lets us know that Dr. Damon is still pleased sexually because she works other orifices of her body so that he's able to release the things that he needs to release as a man. Okay, so then moving along, we've got Toya visiting Dr. Contessa at her home, and I thought it was so cute as Toya pulls up Contessa's children. One of her daughters, stated that one of her sons was the evil one and the good one, which I think is cute. Whatever comes to their mind, they're going to kind of start talking about Heavenly and the way that Contessa has been feeling towards Heavenly in regards to Heavenly. I guess pretty much just bashing her marriage. So they go into that conversation, and uh, Toya lets her know that, I mean, she probably will apologize once you talk to her about it, but she's not going to change. She will apologize, profusely, and will feel really terrible and bad about it. But next week after next, she's going to do it again. And I think seeing that with Heavenly, she's very much who she is, and I don't see her changing, at least anywhere in the near future. But they do talk and have that conversation as far as what they should do. So let's see, Dr. Simone and Cecil, they go to lunch with son, and he brings along his girlfriend and let us know this is his first long-term relationship. And she seems to be really nice. Cecil says she fits right in. She's a sweethearted person, and as they begin to discuss, their relationship, Cecil and Dr. Simone's relationship versus his son and his son's girlfriend's relationship, they kind of just talk about their strengths and weaknesses, and then we are now being informed that Dr. Simone and Cecil are writing a relationship book. And I pause here because, and I do think that everyone has a story to tell. I think, you go through things and sometimes it can help other people. But I'm personally not sure that we really want to read a book for Dr. Simone and Cecil. I feel like they kind of went through something that the majority of people in relationships go through. You go through periods where the romance is here, then the romance is gone. Uh, the I love yous is here, now the I love yous are gone. And I think it's just kind of the ebbs and flows and it what happened. So I don't feel like they went through anything seriously traumatic. But I mean, obviously I'm on the outside looking in. But they had a pretty, at least what we can tell from the show, unproblematic relationship. But hey, they write it, someone will buy it, someone will read it. So, someone will do a review on it, but it won't be me. So then we move on to Dr. Heavenly's opening, the grand opening of her beauty supply store. I think this is great because Black-owned beauty supply stores are, number one, they're far and few. I've been told that it's hard for African Americans to get into the market, to get into at least the hair supply part of it. But we've noticed within maybe like the last 5 to 10 years, there's been an increase of Black ownership in the beauty supply because before then, it was an Asian dominated market, even though it's African Americans that are, patronizing this place. So it's good to see someone of, African Americans be able to get in and get the dollar in a market that they're, heavily used. So that's exciting to see. So then we, let's see. So we move on to Heavenly's grand opening. This is towards the end of the episode. Simone, Toya, and Contessa are riding the car together. And Contessa lets them know, again, that, the issues that she's having with Heavenly. And Toya lets her know this is probably not the time or place to have that kind of conversation. Just, show up, support, keep it cordial, keep it PC, keep it cute, and, have a conversation when the conversation needs to be had. So as they get there, then they realize that there's going to be an actual catwalk within the grand opening. So Contessa feels some sort of way about Heavenly not asking her to do the catwalk, which I think is ridiculous because y'all aren't on good terms. You don't particularly like Heavenly right now, so why would, in Contessa's view, this would be a way for her to extend an olive branch. But when someone extends an olive branch to you when they don't know that they've done something wrong, you haven't let them know that they've offended you in any kind of way. So why would she need to extend an olive branch? That's really weird and it's manipulative. It's like, you stop talking to me. I don't know what's wrong, but I'm supposed to extend the olive branch to you? No. So Contessa, and what's so strange is when Contessa first joined the cast, I loved me some Contessa. She's, MD, married to an MD. She's very ambitious. She seems to, pretty much be grounded. But then when I go back and think about it, there were moments where I saw she could become just extremely overly emotional, dramatic, just like a drama queen, yelling, crying, screaming at the top of her lungs. And she really just has disappointed me, as I think she's been on, I want to say this is the third season, maybe the third or fourth season she's been on. But she finds new ways to disappoint me because she just consistently she's just I don't want to be too negative, but anyway, she's too much. I'll just put it like that. She's too much, and she does too much, and she does the most. And so she brings that up to Heavenly, and Actually, I don't even remember what Heavenly's response was. But anyway, so we go on and we see that Heavenly gets a contract from, like that was, she said it so many times, I almost went to Google the guy. Like, okay, like she said, he owns 25 funeral homes, like at least 4 or 5 times in the last, 10 minutes of the episode. So I was like, well, maybe I should know this person. But anyway, so one of Quad's friends by the name of Nikki Nashville, I don't know who that is, but I'm sure as the season goes on or time goes on, I probably will be made aware of who this person is. She kind of jumps literally on, like a dog to a bone. She jumps to this guy and, presents herself in a manner to let him know that she's with it, whatever he wants, she's with it because of what he makes. So, and anyway, I thought it was cute, and I don't know if y'all caught this, but she said, "Quad, you taught me." So Quad was trying to like get her from, holding on to the guy and all. It's like, stop. Basically, girl, you're doing too much. But she goes, Quad, you taught me. So I'm wondering, and I'll put a side note in that, and you'll figure out what I'm wondering as the next couple of reviews will roll out. Anyway, so that's it for season 9, episode 2 of Married to Medicine. We'll see you